Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Mathematics Made Easy. In today's session we are going to be covering a very important topic for grade 9 and 10 students. This is a must-watch video if you want to know about some important questions on the topic of surface area and volumes of spheres. So what are we waiting for? Let's dive into the video. Welcome my dear students and my dear viewers to my today's math distance learning session. Today I welcome you all back for the new grade 9 and 10 video which is on the topic surface area and volumes of sphere. So let's get started. Today's video will cover an important topic which is surface area and volume of sphere, and the learning objective would be to understand this concept and then further solve some important questions on surface area and volume of sphere. This video is going to be extremely useful for grade 9 and 10 students, so stay tuned and watch the video till the end. Concept or the important learning objective would be the formula that would help you to find the surface area of a sphere. So let me highlight it here for you. The formula that would help you to get the surface area of the sphere is capital S equal to 4 pi r square. Now let me remind you students that for a sphere there is no particular or no difference between the lateral or the curved surface area and the total surface area. So if you see the sphere is a complete whole, so we will just talk about its surface area and the formula would be 4 pi r square. Let's see how we can use this to solve some questions. The first example, which is on the topic of surface area of sphere. We have to find the surface area of the sphere if the circumference of the great circle is given to be 5 pi meters. Now let me just highlight here in the image of the sphere that you see the great circle first of all, and let me remind you from the last lesson that this great circle is going to be this circle which has the same center as the center of the sphere. Also, this great circle is having the same radius as that of the radius of the sphere. Now, what are we given in the question? We are given the circumference of this great circle, which is equal to 5 pi meters. Now, I hope you can remember from your previous lessons that the formula for the circumference is 2 pi r, and that is given to you as 5 pi meters. So let's equate both of them, cancel out the common factor and get our radius. So 2 pi r is equal to 5 pi. So what is going to cancel from here? Pi cancels with pi to give you 2r is 5 meters, or your radius is 5 divided by 2 meters, that is 2.5 meters. So that has given us the radius of the sphere or the radius of the great circle. Both are going to be equal. And now that we know the radius, it will be very easy for us to calculate the surface area. So we just plug in the values 4 pi r square and just put everything in the calculator. Replace your radius with 2.5, your pi with 3.14 and simplify to get your surface area of the sphere as 78.5 meters square. That completes the first example. Moving on, let's now see the second key concept for the session, which is on volume of a sphere. So again, volume, how it is different from your surface area. It is going to be a three-dimensional thing and the unit here would be in cubic meters. So the formula that would help you to get the volume of a sphere is given by capital V equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube, where r is the radius, pi you all know is 3.14. So you could use easily this formula to calculate for any question the concept of volume or when you have to find the volume of a sphere. So let's see an example how we can apply this formula to solve some problem. So this is going to be our example 2 for today. A cross section of the sphere that passes through the center of the sphere will have the same radius as the sphere. This is going to be the concept that we will use in order to solve this question. So the question reads as: a cross section of the sphere has radius 6.6 centimeters. So I will just highlight. So the cross section of this sphere has a radius equal to this one. So the radius of the sphere or the radius of this cross section is given to you as 6.6. Both are going to be equal, because if you just understand the concept of great circle, you know that whenever you have a sphere and you are taking a cross section or you are slicing that sphere, what you are going to be getting is a circle with the same radius. So here in the question we need to find two things. Number one, we need to find what is the volume of the sphere, and number two, we need to further find its surface area as well. So we are going to be using both the key concepts one by one. So the first formula that we are going to be using is volume equal to 4 pi r cube. We already have the radius given as 6.6 centimeter. So we'll just substitute, simplify, do our calculation, and this volume will come out to be 1204.3 centimeter cube. Remember, the unit for volume is going to be cubic centimeter and the unit for surface area is going to be centimeter square. Let's calculate the surface area, and we go back to the formula of key concept 1, which is S equal to 4 pi r square. We know everything now. Radius is given, pi is 3.14. Simplify, do the calculation, and it will come out to be 547.4 centimeters square. And before we move on to the next slide, let me remind you of the important key concept that we have used. What we have used here is that the cross section of the sphere, which is the circle or the great circle passing through the center of the sphere, and the radius of the sphere are going to be equal. So this is actually coming from the definition of your great circle. Now we'll take one important guided practice question. This is a multiple choice question, very important for your exams, and let's see how we solve this multiple choice question. So we need to find here the surface area of the sphere. The first thing you should remember is the formula. If you apply the correct formula, do the correct calculation, I'm sure you all are going to be getting correct answers. Next thing, what is the important figure which is given to you? So here you are given in the question the diameter, which is 8 centimeter. But what you need for the answer, what you need is radius. So let's find the radius. For that we divide by 2. So the radius of your sphere is 4 centimeters. Now we just need to do substitution here. Let's plug in the values. So this is going to be 4 times. Now you can substitute pi as 3.14, but if you look at the options here very carefully, then the options, all 4 options have pi in it. So they have actually not substituted for pi. So we are going to go ahead and remove this value and just put in our pi as it is. So let's substitute our radius, which is 4 square, and remember the unit eventually is going to come as centimeter square, since the radius was given in centimeter. So this is 4 to the power 1 multiplied with 4 to the power 2, so that is exactly 4 cube pi, or if you multiply 4 3 times, 4 into 4 into 4, that is 64 pi centimeter square. And I'm quite sure now you all can identify which is the correct answer, and definitely yes, you all are right, it is B. So B is going to be your correct answer. So this was an important exam question, kind of multiple choice question which you can expect in your exam. Let's do another important question, guided practice 2. So the question reads as, find the volume of the nearest tenth of a cubic foot of a sphere if the circumference of the great circle is 10 pi feet. So what we need to find the volume. We need to round it off to 1 decimal place, and then you are given the circumference of the great circle as 10 pi feet. So let's use all of this information to write our answer. So the first thing which is given to us is the circumference. We all know this is given by 2 pi r, which is going to be equal to 10 pi feet. So let's cancel what is common here. So pi goes with pi, This expression would help us, just like the last question, to get our radius. So radius is 10 divided by 2 feet, which is 5 feet. So now that we got our radius, let's find the volume of the sphere. So the formula is 4 by 3 pi r cube, and the unit, definitely, because the radius unit is feet, is going to be feet cube or cubic foot. Both are going to be the same thing. So let's substitute. 4 by 3, pi is 3.14, and your radius is 5 cubic foot. So this is same as 4 by 3, 3.14, and I hope you all know. You can try that out if you don't remember. Multiply 5 3 times. So 5 with 5 with 5 multiplied is going to give you 125 feet cube. Now this is simple calculation. I want you to do that, and I'm sure you are getting this value when you're going to do that calculation. Now when you divide 1570 with 3, it is going to come as a reoccurring decimal. That is 523.333 and so on. So it is a reoccurring decimal, but here if you read, we need to round it off to the nearest 10. So we are going to write it as 523.3 feet cube. So that's your volume, the final answer. The next question that we are now going to be discussing is a long question. Again, very important for your exams. It's a free response question that you may get for 4 or 5 marks. So I will read the question first for you. Metallic spheres of radii 6 cm, 8 cm and 10 cm respectively are melted to form a single solid sphere. Find the radius of the resulting sphere. So let me just show you little with the form of some images what is happening here. So you have 3 spheres here. So the first sphere has radius 6 cm. So it is going to be, let me highlight here, the smallest. Then there is 8 cm and then there is 10 cm. So I'm drawing here 3 spheres for you. There's a second one little bigger than the first one, which is 8 cm, and finally the biggest one out of all 3, which is 10 cm. So all these 3 are melted, and after they are melted, you are getting a new sphere. So for example, this is the sphere. I don't know the radius of the sphere. Let me take that radius as small r, and that is what I need to find. Now the important question is whether you have to use here the concept of surface area or whether you have to use the concept of volume. That is what I want you to think of. And the point that would help you to reach to the correct answer would be the fact that here you are melting these 3 solid spheres. So when you are melting something and then you are converting it into a different sphere, what should remain same? Definitely it is volume that is going to be constant in this question. So what we are going to be now using, that if we are taking up these 3 spheres, now for example V1, V2 and V3 is going to be the volume of these 3 spheres, and capital V is going to be the volume of this new sphere which for which I need to find the radius. Okay, so this is actually your, let me write it here, this is the new sphere or the resulting sphere that you have got after you have melted and then taken all these 3 to make one single sphere. So let's use that concept. So here for the first sphere I know the radius. So using the formula that you have for volume, that is 4 by 3 pi r cube, you should be able to get the volume of these 3 spheres. So when you simplify, the first sphere will give you the volume as 4 by 3 pi r1 cube. Okay, so we are just keeping it r1, r2, r3 for the time being so that you get your v1, v2 and v3. Now, as I told you in this question, volume is something which is going to be constant. So we could say that the volume of the resulting sphere, the sphere which we are getting after melting these three spheres, is going to be the sum of the three volumes. So the important result that we are going to be using in this question to reach to the radius of the resulting sphere would be V equal to the capital V, the new volume, is going to be V1 plus V2 plus V3. And when you're going to be doing that using this formula, you can substitute the values and the common terms are going to be definitely cancelling. So this is the main important key concept, that the volume of the resulting sphere is V1 plus V2 plus V3. So if you're able to understand this concept, if you're able to apply the correct formulas here and then simplify, you will be getting the correct answer. So let's do that. And here if you see both sides, 4 by 3 pi is common. Yeah, so you can easily cancel. Let me do that here for you with yellow color. So 4 by 3 is here also, it's here on the right also, it will all cancel out. Your pi is constant, so that is also common, that is also going to cancel out. And if you see what you are now getting, then it will be the radius cube, the radius which you need to find, r cube, is going to be equal to r1 cube plus r2 cube plus r3 cube. Now you already know your radius of the first one is 6 centimeter, r2 is 8 centimeter and r3 is 10 centimeter. So just take the cube, 6 cube plus 8 cube plus 10 cube. Now here comes the role of your calculator. Plug in the values, simplify, add them all, and you will get 1728 as the cube of the radius. Now after this step, you've got the cube of the radius. What you need is r, so you are going to be taking the positive cube root of 1728, and that would give you your final answer as 12 centimeter. So here we have completed the question, that the radius of the resulting sphere is 12 centimeter. I hope you understood this question, very important. I would repeat again for your exam for the free response or long question. Now I would give you one question as homework that I want you to try yourself. This question would help you to check your understanding, whether you've understood this concept of surface area and volume of spheres nicely or not. So try this question. If the total area of a sphere is 100 pi, find the radius. Very easy question, and put your answers in the comment section. I will check it for you. Let's summarize today's session with this formula sheet that would help you to solve any question that comes in your exam on the topic of spheres. So the formula to find the surface area of a sphere, as we've seen in today's lesson, is 4 pi r square. And as I told you in the beginning, there is no difference between the lateral surface area or the total surface area for a sphere. It is going to be the exactly same. And then finally for volume, the formula is 4 by 3 pi r cube. So remember these and use them while solving questions. With that, we come to the end of today's session. Thank you, dear viewers, for joining in. And until next class, see you. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel, Mathematics Made Easy, for more and more math videos. I wish you all the best for your coming exams. Bye, students.